Welcome everyone to the second test match here in Adelaide in the Ashes series. Michael Slater, please shut up. Alright, we are at the second test match. It's the day-nighter. Australia going in unchanged from the opening test match. Same with England. Very much the same size. Now, if these sides did change, I apologise, but I have to record this a little bit earlier than the teams get announced so I can actually make sure the videos are ready in time. Take a look at the pitch there. It's a little bit of a soft pitch, a little bit of a dusty pitch. There might be some turn. And there's expected to be some rain on days 3, 4, and 5, as you can see there. But hopefully we'll be able to get a number of overs in each day, get some good play in. And now we go to the toss of the coin. Steve Smith and Joe Root out in the middle. England have the call, and Australia's won the toss. I think Steve Smith, as you would suggest, is going to go and have a little bit of a bat. A little bit of a bat. We're going to bat first. Australia will bat first. Look at the beautiful Adelaide Oval scoreboard there. The old school. David Warner, of course, already has 100 in this series. Hoping to get himself a second test match 100 in this Ashes series. Started very well with the bat and, of course, did get himself out in that second innings. Trying to, accelerate the score. Alright, the opening ball of the Adelaide test match. Remember, this is the pink ball test, the day-nighter. So you do see the pink ball there Jimmy Anderson is using. We'll see how Australia go throughout the day, and then we'll see if conditions change throughout the evening. Warner just pulls that one away nicely, and he's off the mark. 1 run. Here's Cameron Bancroft coming in for the first match of this series. Of course, when I said unchanged, I meant unchanged from the IRL lineups. Because I was a little bit late on actually getting those in. Oh, that's off the glove, maybe. No. No catching there. Oh, and that's a nice shot away from Bancroft through the offside. That will go for 4, I reckon. Yes, it does. Oh, and I think he's got his confidence up early here. Normally you'd see him leave those types of shots. That's back-to-back boundaries. It's just full and wide. Broad wouldn't mind it though. He's got him playing. He's got him playing, but if Bancroft keeps going like this, they're going to struggle. Oh, that's better. It was just a little too full from Broad. It was right up there, almost into the full toss region. The Aussies will pick up 3. And off Stuart Broad's first over, the Australians have managed to get 12 runs. Oh, wait, that's a no ball too. Oh, that's a big no ball there from Broad. He'll have to bowl another delivery here. So already a very expensive over. He's gone for 13. And that'll be just another single there from Warner. So 14 runs from the Broad over. Australia, none for 15 after 2. What a start. Oh, that's a nice shot from Warner there. That's through the gap. That'll race away. 4. End of the over, Australia. None for 21 after 3. I'll pick up a couple of runs here. That one does beat the fielder. Wasn't quite sure about it. Did get through. This is 2. Oh, he's got that through nicely, Warner. That'll go for 4. Just waited for that ball to be nice and wide. And it races to the rope. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. Cameron Bancroft. Oh, that ball had some nice shape. Just a hint of movement away. But Bancroft played it well. He's light. He's offside early. That is his stronger side of the 2. Cameron Bancroft, the offside. And already after just 2.5 overs, Broad is going around the wicket. And Bancroft says, thank you very much, that's 4. Another boundary. Australia, none for 39 after 6. This is on legend difficulty. Surely you've got half a brain here. Gee whiz, another one. Oh, and that's an edge, that's gone. Bancroft's got to go. The first wicket for England. Off the bowling of Wokes, the bowling change. Much sooner than anticipated, but given how poor Anderson and Broad were bowling. You just thought one of them was going to change very quickly, and Wokes comes in and takes the wicket of Cam Bancroft. Very disappointed. There, just pushing it a wide one, which he'd been hitting very nicely all morning, but it's just in that very iffy channel. And England get their first wicket as Usman Khawaja comes to the crease. Only 1 for 58 from 10.
Yep.
As Warner just pulls that away on the leg side. That's 4. He is one of those players, Davey Warner, that can just take the game away from you. And you just have a look and you see Australia, after 10 overs, they're 1 for 62. And David Warner's gone at about a run a ball. But Cam Bancroft was doing very much that as well. And just well left.
Yep.
Warner again. Shot. Just for the record, everyone, I'm playing on legendary difficulty. I turned it up from veteran to legend, and the batting is actually on hardest. Alright. Oh, big swing from Usman. Just playing at it. Oh, no. That is plumb as can be. Oh, he's giving it not out. Mate, I left this ball. It's going to have to be pitching outside leg. Yeah, that was the only thing that was ever going to save me. Oh, boy. Wow. Had that umpire given it out, I doubt I would have reviewed. So Jake Ball into the attack now for England, with Australia at 1 for 71. Hoping they can get the breakthrough of David Warner.
Wait there. Yep.
Oh, it's too wide there from Ball, and it races to the boundary for 4. Oh, shot from Warner, that's 4 more. Absolutely perfectly timed. Really raced away at the moment, David Warner.
Wait. Yeah.
There's another single there just on the offside. So he's moved into the mid-40s.
Yep.
Yes. There's at least 2 to go all the way to the fence. Not quite. Warner's quick. They'll come back for 3. Oh, jeez. Got there in the end. Very nice running from Davey Warner. And want to bring up this 50 here. Oh, he slashes that away on the offside. It's not quite going to reach the rope. They'll come back for 2. He's fought hard this morning, Davey Warner. He's just looked out of the blocks early. Oh, that one goes over the top. That's 4 down to mid-wicket. That is his half century. Australia already 1 for 90 thanks to this man, largely Davey Warner. Big 100 in the first innings of the Gabba Test match. And this one brought up in very fine fashion at the Adelaide Oval. 52 from 42 from 14.4 overs. And then just gets out of the way of that one. Oh, slashes through the offside. That's another boundary, I reckon. Yes. Glorious from Warner. Jeez, you just take a look at Warner, and it's just been a lot through the offside. Bowling a lot of full and wide, and really just working the ball for a couple of singles on the leg side as well. But been very square of the wicket. Oh, goodness me.
Waiting. Yep.
Oh, it's through the gap there from Warner. Just the one, though. Played away nicely. Oh, Davey Warner goes nicely. Just a powerful shot through mid-wicket. That's the 100 up for the Aussies in just 17 overs. Oi. Oh, they reckon they've got him here. Is there an edge? Umpire says no. Oh, and they've just moved all of those slips out. And the edge comes the very next delivery. Oh, now Khawaja with a good shot. Behind point on the offside. Very nice. His first boundary of the day. Oh, beats the man. Khawaja. It's going to race away to the rope. Some poor fielding there, really. I thought could have put in a better effort. Probably wasn't even Cook. I'm insulting the wrong player. That's fine. Oh, uses his feet there, Warner. And that is a nice boundary down the ground. Take a look at this. Just nicely done. Creates a half volley opportunity and a big shot. to the long boundary down there at the riverbank end. Oh, is that off the glove from Kawaja? I think it is. England get their second wicket. Kawaja really trying to play the ball that he shouldn't be. And Anderson gets the wicket. Caught off David Milan down there. But let's take a look at this. It's a short ball, trying to guide it down to third man. He really slashed at it and it's just come straight off his gloves into the hands of the man at slip. Brings Steve Smith to the crease. Oh, Smithy takes on Moeen. Good boundary.
Yep.
Warner again. Slashed through the offside for 4. They're just leaving it open for him. That man at silly point. He's about to get absolutely hammered if he's not careful. The form Davey Warner's in. That's another boundary over the top this time. Before he wants this within the first session, Davey. Oh, and that's an edge. That's the big wicket of Steve Smith. Wokes has got another one. Didn't allow him to get into his innings whatsoever. That's a huge scalp right before the tea break. Oh, he knows he's hit it too. On his way for 13, Steve Smith. That brings Peter Hanscom to the crease. And all of a sudden, Australia's 150 score isn't looking as good as they had first hoped. And Hanscom's off the mark there. Remember, we always find that it's more difficult to bat in the afternoon and evening. Oh, that's just pulled away from Warner for 4. Into the 90s now. Oh, worked away nicely from Warner. That's another boundary. Moves to 96. I think there's 2 balls left in this first session. David Warner needs 4 runs. Oh, through the offside. Gee, I thought he had it. Great stop by the fielder there. And he works it away to the leg side. Could that be it? There's the boundary and there's the 100 for David Warner. The Australian camp out of their seats. 17 fours in this incredible knock. There's the shot to get it done. Very pleased with that one, the Aussies. And just have a look at this. Just all the boundaries around the ground. A lot of singles in there as well. Just everywhere around the ground, David Warner's hit this ball. Very nice. That is the end of the first session. What a session it has been for the Australians. Yes, England took a couple of big wickets, but it's all been about David Warner making 100 in this opening session here. The crowd stand and applaud. David Warner's 102 from 87 deliveries. And David Warner to face his first ball of the second session. Oh, and he just begins where he left off with a boundary that raced away. You hear the crack of that ball as it hit the bat. Oh, gee, I've got no idea what's gone wrong with Hanscom there. Sun must have caught him in the eye or something. He's just swung at something that he did not notice. That is absolutely plumb as you like. Jake Ball with the wicket. And Petey Hanscom's got to go. It brings Sean Marsh to the crease. What a decision there. And Marsh gets off with a boundary. A short wide one, but he's timed it nicely. This is where the Australians got to be careful here, that they don't get caught up in Warner's nice score. It's a really good pitch to bat on. And at the moment, they're 4 down for 187. This is, you know, you want to push into the 400s here. So, Sean Marsh, you do well to stick around here for a little bit.
Waiting. Yep.
I think what we've learned from Warner here is it's a really good pitch to bat on, but it's hard to start. Seen a lot of these Aussies get, 15, 20 runs and then get out. If you can just push yourself to hang around for a little bit, you can go for a lot of runs. Oh, in the air for a moment, but into the gap from David Warner, and is racing towards the rope. Not going to get there. They'll come back for 3. Good fielding out there from England. Oh, Marsh has hit that one in the air. There's a man getting close to it. Not quite underneath it. They'll come back for 2. Just skied that ball, Sean Marsh.
Yep.
Oh, it's through the gap. It beats the man. It's 4. David Warner is just absolutely still hammering everything.
Yep, yep.
Oh, mate, that's a good shot. We've been so caught up in how David Warner's been playing. We forgot to mention how nicely Sean Marsh has looked since he's come to the crease. Only had a couple of plays and misses, but since then has looked very strong on the offside, hitting a number of boundaries through that region. Oh, maybe that's commentator's curse right there. It's a wide. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Disaster for the Aussies. Just as we talk up Sean Marsh, he gets himself run out. Ball came off his pad. There was a call of yes. Then a call of no. And Bairstow with a little bit of the backhand panther. And Sean Marsh has got to go. Disappointment for him. Huge wicket for England. And Sean Marsh, even if he puts the bat down, he's out. Oh, Warner is out. He's gone the pull shot. Maybe got a little bit of a bottom edge on it. And the danger man, David Warner, goes. Australia 6 for 237. Made a nice knock of 129, but there's been no one else really that's contributed as strongly as David Warner has for the Australians across the first 2 tests. You can see this shot might actually hit the toe of the bat. Straight to the fielder there. Big wicket for England. And now Paddy Cummins to the crease. And I think that this is what we've realised with these day-night tests, and I think maybe what Australia's realised here with David Warner. You want to get as many... Oh, that's a classic shot from Tim Payne. You want to get as many runs as you can in that morning part of the day. Because you know, when that ball gets around to the evening session, it's going to zip, it's going to swing, it's going to become havoc for everyone involved. And I think the Aussies understand that. Oh boy. Oh, that is big. Maybe not quite 6. But very nice shot there from Paddy Cummins. Oh, shot from Payne. That is 6. Almost into the second tier. 110 metres. It's been a big full toss from Broad. He's just picked it up straight away. Bang. So the Aussies really starting to build a nice score here before this evening session here on the first day, as we really start to push into that night time in terms of when this light is sort of coming down. You can start to see the shadows of the lights take effect rather than the sun as it's now gone down. So you'd think ideally for Australia they hang around and bat for probably another 25-30 overs here. Can work their score into about, the 350s. Oh, straight over the bowler's head. And Paddy Cummins. That's going to go to the boundary. Or is it? No, it's not. No, they turned for 3. Decided against it, just the 2. Jimmy Anderson back into the attack here. 1 for 53. Tim Payne on strike at the moment. Yep. Plays that away nicely. There's a couple of runs here. It's into the gap. Not sure if the fielder will get to it. No, just the 2. Cummins was quick. He was thinking about the 3, but just the 2. Oi, that ball has swung away, and a good thing too. I think Paddy Cummins would have absolutely seen his stumps derailed. So Wokes today has been the pick of the bowlers. He's 3 for 68 from just over 12 overs now.
Yes.
Oh, that's played away really nicely from Paddy Cummins. That's for... Oh, that's out, I reckon. I reckon that is out. It's the second time we've seen an Aussie try and play a big swing shot. The only thing that would have saved him was pitching outside line, but this one's just like a big off-spinner from Anderson to Tim Payne. You see, it looked like the ball was sort of going to go across the line, and it's just swung back in, or really cutted back in. And England get their 7th wicket. Mitchell Starc to the crease. Yes, good shot there from Cummins. Pulled away nicely. They'll pick up at least 2. Starc wants a 3rd. He's coming back for it, and they're going to get there. Very well run. Oh, there you go. He's a big hitter, Mitchell Starc. That's 6. Yeah, Jake Ball just walks back in shame. Oh, and he goes again, this time on the offside. Not quite going to reach the rope, but it'll be 4. And that's the 300 up for the Aussies. 7 for 300 in 50 overs. Incredible run rate. Just take a look at this Australian innings and where the 300 runs have come from. And you just take a look and you see nothing really behind square on either side of the wicket. It's all been sort of forward of the wicket, and just a lot of boundaries in there. You can see a lot of 4s, a lot of 2s, a few 3s scattered around there. And there's 2 big 6s. One from Mitchell Starc and I think one from Davey Warner. It has been a fantastic innings so far from the Australians. Oh, that's edged from Cummins, but it's played nicely for 4. Oh, that could have been a chance. I reckon Anderson's missed one here. Moeen Ali's looking a little disappointed there. See, that pink ball really batted on one side, and that has come right off the glove. Oh, Mitchell Starc. Cop that. We said a moment ago Australia would take 320. Well, they're at 315 right now. And the 4 Mitchell Starcs in, they can get to 350 very quickly. That one's in the air. Man getting to it. It's a good catch. Stuart Broad down there in the deep. Jimmy Anderson, the bowler, takes his 3rd wicket. Mitchell Starc on for 20. Australia 8 for 315. You see they're looking to play that drive through the offside. Might have got a little bit of a outside edge. Didn't quite middle it. And a good catch in the deep there from Stuart Broad. Oh, there's a big edge from Nathan Lyon. Finger goes up. And Australia 9 down now. 9 for 316 after 53 overs. And that brings Josh Hazlewood to the crease. So Broad coming back on, trying to finish this tail. Hazlewood actually had a reasonably good innings in that first test match. And he was hitting the ball very nicely. So if he could hang around for a little bit here with Paddy Cummins, might do him good enough to just allow Australia an extra 20 to 30 runs here. Oh, run out chance. Oh, they're going up here, England. I think they might have him. Direct hit on Hazlewood. Oh, I think he might be din. I think he might be safe. Is the bat on the ground there? It's certainly over the line, but is it down? Is it grounded? No, it's not. So Australia all out for 317 on the first day. Let's just take a look at that run out first of all. So this was the run out of Josh Hazlewood here. Pink ball thrown in very nicely. Direct hit there. You can see Josh Hazlewood's bat is just in the air. So that's why you've always got to have your bat grounded, kids. After 54 overs, we are going to take a look at that replay very shortly. But let's just recap this Australian innings. David Warner once again, a big 129 there. We had some starts from plenty of others there. No one else other than Paddy Cummins, who got the second highest score there with 34, but a lot of 20s. We saw Tim Payne get 23, Cam Bancroft with 24, Usman Khawaja with 21, Sean Marsh with 27, and the captain Steve Smith only got the 13 runs again, so we know Australia's performing off the back of David Warner with the bat, and we'll see what their bowlers are able to do here towards the end of day one. But Josh Hazlewood, they're getting run out, and Nathan Lyon, so they lost their last 3 wickets there, the Australians, for just 2 runs. Tail got cleaned up very quickly, and they would be very much hoping that they can settle the score. So here we go, Alistair Cooke coming out to the middle with Mark Stoneman. Big Alistair Cooke there, yet to get off the mark with a really big score here this Ashes series. Had quite a poor first test match, and Mitchell Stark's going to start proceedings here for the Aussies. So England trail by 317, and Stark to Cooke to begin the second innings. Oh, he's gone through that shot, that's 4. Races to the boundary from Alistair Cooke, and that is the perfect start he would like. A big, nice, juicy half volley.